The following program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.
As a former New Hampshire state representative who marched with Dr. Martin Luther King in 1963, he currently serves on the New Hampshire Commission for Human Rights. He's a product of Birmingham, Alabama, where at one time he had to guess how many jelly beans were in a fruit jar just to be able to vote.
We've come a long way, but we're not there yet.
Together we will explore the visible laws, invisible laws, and the structures above and beneath our human surface that keep us reaching for the stars. It is his goal to work with you in putting Nashua back on top, to be voted the #1 city in the nation again.
We are in a crisis situation, and that's what we're going to talk about.
I'm Harvey Keye. Welcome to Nashua Strong.
Hello, Nashua. I'm Harvey Keye with Access Nashua Local Television, covering all of Nashua. About 90,000 local residents get a chance to see us often. In addition to that, we get onto the internet via internet entry, however you do it. And then, of course, YouTube, we go around the world. But before we get started, I just want to, with my guest, Mr. Thor Underwood, we want to just take a moment to remember Kobe Bryant and all of the people who were in the helicopter with him. As you know, Kobe is going to be a Hall of Famer this year in 2020. He was about 41 years old, played only for the Los Angeles Lakers. He's going to be a Hall of Famer, as I said. And his mantra, his idea, inspired people around the world. Didn't have anything to do with age, had nothing to do with race, creed, or religion. It was a work ethic. And the work ethic was work hard. If you have a dream, be passionate about it, and that dream can become true. I take my hat off to Kobe, the people in the helicopter, and all of those people who are practicing that mantra called Mamba. That is a work ethic that hopefully we'll catch on to and stay with it. I am pleased to have with me today a young fella who is just beginning his stage in life, and one of his thrills is basketball. He's only 13 years old, which means that he's not, well, maybe, I'm not sure. Does he watch a lot of basketball? Does he have any sense about basketball? Does he play basketball? But I met him one day, and we had this conversation about what he wanted to become and how he respected his parents and how he respected his teachers. And I said, boy, this is really great. This is a new decade, and we need young people to come onto the stage because we're not going to be here forever. And what we want to do is make sure that we give them a good baton, something that they can hang on to. And I think we can do that. I just want to mention to you also that, again, we're in the best city in the world, one of the best cities in the world, the best city led by illustrious Jim Donches, fourth time actually, to become the best city in the world to raise a kid. So we're in the best place, I think, and I hope you think also, 90,000 people out there in Nashua, New Hampshire. Come and help us get this job done. Now, I have this young man, his name is Thor Underwood, and I'm going to ask him a few questions, and then we're going to get to the meat of why we're here. And then the personal questions I'm going to ask him, like, maybe I could do let me introduce you to Thor Underwood. Folks, this is Thor Underwood, 13 years old and a star basketball player already. And he plays soccer too, I think. We've said our prayers for the people in the helicopter with Kobe, and I think the world has missed a giant. We're going to miss him, but we could carry on his legacy. So says, what's that guy's name you know? LeBron James?
LeBron James, yeah.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
He's going to carry on the legacy?
Yes.
Are you going to help him? Okay. Now, tell me a little bit about you. How old are you?
13.
13 years
my
old.
birthday's
When are you
July
going to be?
6th.
When are you going to be 14?
14, July 7th.
The July 7th.
Yeah.
You go to school. Mm-hmm. And what is your school name?
Nashua Catholic.
Nashua Catholic. Are you in the 8th grade?
Yes.
Boy, how has that been for you?
It's been okay.
Been okay?
Yeah.
Not fantastic?
No.
Okay, well, we want to get into that. We only talk about great stuff here. What's the best time you've had at Nashua Catholic?
Well, just meeting the people there has been really nice, you know.
Meeting a lot of nice people, different people.
Yeah.
Teachers are great. Principals great.
Yeah.
And what other sport did you play other than basketball?
I played soccer this year.
What position did you play?
I played defense, and I
Yeah,
also played
yeah.
striker sometimes.
Striker? And
Yeah.
what does that mean?
It means, like, I'm one of the first guys up the field and, like, a scoring threat.
One of the first guys up the field?
Yeah.
Raise your voice. Well, that means you got to kick the ball through a net, right? Or
Yes.
into a net.
Yeah.
And you're one of the first. How many kids are on each team?
I think there's about, like, 8 kids on the team.
And 8 teams on each team.
Yeah.
And name the positions.
I don't really know that much about soccer, but I know striker, defensive end, and then that's really all I know. It was my first year playing this
Okay.
year.
What about basketball?
Basketball.
How long have you been playing?
I've been playing basketball since I've been around 3rd grade.
3rd grade.
Yeah.
You sound like Tiger Woods. Tiger started playing golf at 2. So you played basketball at 3.
Yeah, I started picking up a basketball
That's
around
great.
that time.
That's your favorite sport?
Yeah.
What position do you play on your team?
I play point guard or shooting guard.
Point guard and shooting guard.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Well, the point guard takes up the ball, and the shooting guard's, like, off to, like, the right side of him. Mm-hmm. So when he comes up, he has an option to pass it to the left side or right side. Mm-hmm. And he's, like, one of the guys that are up there.
Who directs the team?
Well, the coach and the, like, obviously.
So you have plays laid out for you?
Yeah.
You know what your position on the floor is going to be?
Yes.
At a particular time. That's great, young man. Now, what about your school? What kind of grades are you getting?
My grades are okay. They're not
Okay.
the greatest, though.
Can you make them better?
Of course.
How can you make them better?
Studying hard, focusing,
Focusing and studying hard?
Yeah.
Homework?
homework, of course, yeah.
Okay. What I want to ask you a personal question about. I said a few, and I think I asked you two. That's what do you play? How do you study? How do you invest your time in homework?
Homework, usually when I get home, I'll do my homework first, like first thing, just to get it out of the way. Mm-hmm. But that's kind of it.
That's it?
Yeah.
And then you get that out of the way first?
Yeah.
Because you want to do something else?
Yeah.
What is that something else?
Go outside or play like Xbox or watch TV.
Xbox?
Yeah.
Tell me about that. I have some grandkids, and I don't know what Xbox is. I know they sit there a long time, and they do a lot of things with their fingers. Mm-hmm. Is that Xbox?
Yeah.
And name a game did you play?
I play NBA 2K. It's like a basketball game.
You play basketball?
Yeah.
And you can play with somebody in Ohio?
Yeah.
You on a team?
No, it's kind of like just like you can do like a bunch of things. Like you can play like against your friends, or you can just play online.
And you can just practice shooting?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Can that be accurate? Would that help your game in the real game?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think so. How much time do you invest in that, son?
More than homework.
No more than you want to. Okay. Tell me this. Thor is I've never heard of Thor. I don't know what that means because I don't get into all of this stuff that, that younger people get into because I just don't have the time. Is that Thor your name?
Yeah, Thor's my name.
That's it?
Yeah.
Underwood.
Thor Underwood, yeah.
Well, what does Thor, does it have a specific meaning?
Well, it means like God of Thunder because it's like a Greek god.
It means a Greek god of thunder.
Yeah, it's like a god of thunder, yeah.
That means you're tough.
Yeah.
When you come into the room, there's a thunder.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to make a thunder, right?
Yes.
You're 13 years old. What's your favorite subject?
My favorite subject's definitely history.
History?
Yeah.
Anything else? How many courses do you take now? Now, this is junior high?
Yeah.
And when you leave the 8th grade, you go to ninth grade.
Yeah.
Does that school go to the 9th grade?
No, it only goes 7th and 8th.
7th and 8th?
Yeah.
You don't have any 6th graders there?
No.
I heard that this is one of the best college preparatory schools in the city. Do you think so?
Yeah, I definitely think it's one of them. The teaching staff's really good with like conversating with kids and like connecting with them, and teaching is also very good there.
Very good.
Yeah.
And what if you get all this good stuff from this high school, junior high, what are you going to become? What do you want to be when you get to be 18, 19, 20?
I think I want to start working as a mechanic because I like putting like work into something and seeing it pay off.
You want to work with something that sees it pays off.
Yeah.
That's with your hands.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. I haven't seen any young people like that in a long time. Most young people want to become doctors and lawyers and philosophers and singers and athletes. You know, fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, you could turn that into mechanical engineering because
Yeah.
the cars that are coming online are going to be electric. And that's going to save ozone. Mm-hmm. It's going to help our climate. And you believe that?
Yes, I do believe that.
Is our climate in good shape today?
It could be a lot better, definitely.
How could it be that?
Well, there's a lot of like pollution and stuff.
Pollution?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that water and air in the sea?
Yeah.
Plastic bags and stuff?
Yeah.
What about the air?
The air, well, like businesses blowing smoke into the air and like gas from cars. That does not help with the air, but if you like plant trees, that takes in carbon dioxide.
I'm sorry, plant what?
Trees.
Trees?
Yeah.
Well, how does that work?
Because trees take in carbon dioxide and release out oxygen.
And we use oxygen, they use what we expire?
Yeah.
Wow. They're teaching you some good stuff over there, man. That's Catholic high school. Well, I did divert a little bit. When I was young, I went to a Catholic high school. Mm-hmm. And I was not a good boy. I was a bad boy. And this sister, I will never forget her. Her name is Sister Mary Honora. She said to me, she said, Harvey, if you want to grow up to become a man, listen to me and this ruler on the back of your hand. Do they have rulers at the back of your hand? They don't spank people anymore?
No.
She spanked me into graduating, got a scholarship, and I'm still learning how to do things, but I thank God for Sister Mary Honora and Father Lawler, who took me in their arms, and I'm still trying to become the best human being I can become. Is that what you're going to do too?
Yeah, always try to be the best version of yourself. That's what my mom always
Say that
tells
again?
My mom always tells me try to be the best version of yourself.
Best version of yourself?
Yeah.
So who are you?
I'm Thor.
You're Thor. Okay. All right. Who is your sports idol?
Oh, it's definitely LeBron James because I like his work ethic and the way he works with his teammates. It's definitely like inspiring to some people, including me.
So he's inspiring people around the world. His work ethic. That means when you commit yourself,
Yeah.
you stay on the job until the job is finished and even go further. I understand that LeBron James, not every day, but a few days a week, shoot 500 baskets.
Yeah.
500 in the morning before breakfast or after, I don't know when. But he's one of our great leaders and inspirational speakers and players. So was the fellow who just left.
Kobe Bryant.
Kobe,
Yeah.
know, he's one of your favorites too?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah. Oh boy. Did he somewhat inspire you a little bit to become a basketball player at your school? Because you're not so tall.
Yeah.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'3", almost 5'4".
Is that good at your school? Or?
No, not really. I'm one of the shorter
How tall
kids.
are those guys?
Some kids are like, it goes from like 5'7". Some kids are like 6 feet, 6'2".
Really?
Yeah.
In junior high? Mm-hmm. Wow. You can't dunk.
No.
Not yet. Can you touch the rim?
I can't touch the rim, but I can get pretty high.
How high do you think you can jump?
I can definitely get a little bit high above glass.
Wow. That's fantastic, man.
Yeah.
How old are you?
13.
13. How about that? I said to you that I wanted to give you a few wise, what I call wisdom keys from me.
Okay.
And I'm going to read them to you.
All right.
I want you to remember them if you can. You can only change anything when you hate the present. What I mean by that, if you want to be better at anything you're doing, you have to hate what you're doing enough to improve. The secret of your future is hidden in your daily routine habits. What I mean by that is habits that you practice every day become your future. They could be good habits, that means you go up. Bad habits, you don't go too far.
Yeah.
You cannot learn from any teacher or any person, that includes your mom or dad, if you don't like them. If you hate anybody, you cannot learn from them. When you want something that you've never had before, you must do something that you've never done before. I want to say that again. You want to become a mechanic. Let me tell you what they make an hour. A good one makes $100 an hour. And he doesn't have to pay $40,000 for a college education.
Yeah.
And we need mechanics. We need electricians. We need plumbers badly. And some of us think we're too good to become one of those people. And I want to say to you, and I think you've shown me, that you're never better than anybody and you're never worse than anybody.
Yeah.
So, all jobs are beautiful and wonderful. Every job is useful. And there's another word, I can't think of it right now, but all work is wonderful. And we should keep working. And when you want something, like if you want to become a mechanic, and what did you say why you wanted to do that?
Because I like putting work into things and seeing it pay off. It's a good feeling.
Tell me what you have done mechanically that you invested in and it paid off.
Well, it's maybe not like mechanically, but even just like doing simple things. Like if I help my mom like build a table. Okay. It feels really good once it's done. Like you're
Wow. Hey, folks, I think we have a genius on our hands. Almost. Well, we don't make him a genius too fast. But, okay. I have another one which is I call it the 3 A's. Aptitude, attitude. Attitude, not aptitude, will determine your altitude. And I say it this way. If you and I are working together all day and you're always negative and Harvey, you're backwards and nagging me, I really don't want to be around you.
Yeah.
Even though I could have straight A's, but if I don't want to say the word, but I'm a nagger. I'm a negative person. I don't do this, and you might just pointing fingers and calling names. You don't want to be around me, right?
Yeah.
So attitude, change, not change. Keep the attitude you have. Be extremely humble. Give and serve as much as you can. That came from Martin Luther King. And you will become more powerful than you could ever dream. And you'll become the mechanical engineer, computer whiz. You could do that because once you get to be another 5 years, every information in this country, in this world, changes or become compounded every 7 years. So if we look back every 7 years, things have changed and moved up. They don't go down.
Yeah.
Moved up technically. Look at the street lights, look at the cement, look at the playgrounds, look at the helicopters, look at all of the stuff that's around. That's made is made by someone or something that you can't see. All the stuff in this television room is made by someone or something that you don't see. So that's called energy, right? Mm-hmm. All right, we were working right on down the line there, young fella. The 3 A's are really, really fantastic for me. Attitude. You don't have to be the smartest person in the world, but your attitude to get you someplace.
Yeah.
If you are the smartest, bad attitude, nobody wants to be around you. Now, the last one, a little ditty I want to leave with you is respect. Try to respect your mom and dad with all your might. Mm-hmm. And teachers and police departments, all of the institutions, and whatever politics you have really don't make any difference. But politics control your life, control my life, control all the people's lives in America. And I know they teach you beautiful things at school. And I'm not going to ask you anything about your religion or politics, but I just want to ask you and ask you to be true to yourself. Be the best human being you can to everybody across the board. Race, creed, or color really doesn't matter. And you will become an idol. You will inspire a huge number of people to just be good folks. Okay? Mm-hmm. Let me ask you this. Mr. Thor, Mr. Thunder. Is this thunder? Thunder? Lightning?
Oh, the God of Thunder, yeah.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
I had never heard a name like that. How do you like to be treated by adults?
I like to be treated as if like I'm not just like someone that's like stupid or something, because like sometimes like they'll treat me like I'm really young, even though like I understand what's happening and they don't really realize that. And sometimes that could be very annoying to people. Like sometimes if I'm like talking with my mom or she's trying to like talk to me, it's better when she's not yelling and she's listening.
Yeah.
Rather than yelling and not listening to me and trying to just get her point across without listening to mine.
Hey, folks, adults, this man has said something to you. Don't yell, don't nag because he turns you off. Is that right? Mm-hmm. You just block him out.
Yeah.
It's annoying. So don't yell, don't scream, don't talk to your kids. Speak with them. That means invite them.
Yes.
And listen to them because they're smarter than some of us think they are. Mm-hmm. That's fantastic. Thank you so much. No problem. And I hope all you 90,000 people in Nashua and around the world take this for serious business. Now, young fella, at age 13, many things are changing fast. And your minds are like sponges. You pick it up fast.
Yeah.
When your mind is absorbing information, do you know that it expands?
Yeah.
And it contracts. It expands. It contracts. That's the brain and the mind. The mind is in the brain. The consciousness is in the brain, I suppose. Nobody can tell you that yet. They don't know where it is. That's what we're looking for. Where does consciousness come from? I'm not going to ask you that. But we need to find that out. I mentioned to you, Thor, that I was going to bring you here and we were going to have a living room conversation. And are we having that?
Yes.
Do you feel comfortable?
Yeah.
Well, tell me this if you feel so comfortable about that. I think I must spot. Hold on, I'll get it. You got no nagging. They got to listen. Oh, the world's population. Is the world population moving around and not in one place anymore?
Yeah.
Is America one of the magnets for people around the world to get here? How do you see the population moving?
Well, yeah, I think a lot of people like are trying to get into like America because it really is an amazing place, and it's always like it's always gaining because so many people are just trying to come in. There's like lines and lines.
Lines of people trying to get in this country.
Yeah.
Are they trying to get into other countries?
Well, yeah, some countries, but I think America's one of like the biggest ones.
But there are no people trying to break down the walls to get into other countries that we
No,
know of.
I don't think so.
I think you're right. Well, I tell you, we have the greatest country in the world. Has some things we need to do.
Yeah.
But we have the greatest country in the world, and that comes from the Constitution, the human rights arena, writers, First Amendment, Second Amendment, all of this kind of stuff they're arguing about right now. But we'll get it straightened out because we, I don't want to say, we are survivors. We've been in the world, this country, 400 years. The youngest country in the world, and we're the most powerful. And you're part of that, and thank you for your contribution. Let's see, where else can I take you? Tell me something that you want to tell me about your few years on Earth that you like really much.
Well, I like interacting with people, and I do like find like when I get to new schools, like it's always like nice to like find new people because there's so many interesting people in the world that like you thought like could never be possible, but there are people exactly like that, and it's really like fun to learn about.
And you are a people's person.
Yeah.
You reach out to them.
Yeah.
You embrace differences. Wow. Folks, I think we may have a new president in the next 30. You got to be 30 years. How old do you have to be, 40?
I think it's 40.
So you got a few years. But at that time, you're going to have your attitude and your mechanical engineering, maybe. Who knows? I'm not sure. But you're going to be in that game. You're in the game of life to help win and pass on the goodwill of serving and giving
Yeah.
to people across the board. Well, I'm so proud of you. I want to tell you that. And the future is yours. And thank you for allowing us to just hear what you're saying. And I think the conclusion, and not a conclusion, I think it's a continuation actually, of what you're saying is we need to learn how to speak with young people, to pull them along rather than push them and not listen and think we know so much.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if I want you to think I don't know nothing, but I enjoy listening to you. And thank you so much for coming on our show.
No problem, Harvey.
And I thought I had something here I wanted to tell you. Lastly, but not least, honor, listen, and respect your parents, your mother and father, forever, under all circumstances.
Of course.
I think you're going to be one of the outstanding men in the world. And all you have to do, if you can dream it, if you can think about it, and I don't care what it is. It doesn't have to be basketball. It could be television station operation. It could be school. It could be principal of school. It could be almost anything. If you can get it in your mind, see it with your mind's eye, and dream about it, and never get tired, then you can become the genius. That becomes your passion. That becomes your genius. And I want to thank you so much for coming on with us. Thank you, sir.
No problem, Harvey.
It's a pleasure.
Pleasure.
And we'll do this again, maybe 10 years?
Maybe.
Thank you so much, Thor.
No problem.
Have a nice day.
You too.
The preceding program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.